like your fit and your chain.
Thank you so much. I've decided I would love to enter a high fashion era, much like Miley
Oh,
Cyrus.
I would too, but I don't have the money.
That's why this chain is like $10 from Target, and I kid you not, I've never received so many compliments on an article of jewelry before, and I'm like, oh,
Interesting.
thanks, and I typically don't tell anybody that it's from Target, but
I
that's
mean,
my secret.
I mean, I think it's better to just be authentic, you know? Because then if you're like, oh, I'm not telling you, and then they're like, oh, bitch, it's from Target, then it's like, you look like a clown.
No,
So I
then
think
I
it's
look
better to just be straight up.
frugal.
True.
I think it's cute to ball on a budget. This shirt's from Amazon. All of
I
my
agree.
jewelry's from Target. Like, I'm not
I
worried
agree.
about it.
I agree. No, I agree with you. I'm saying that it's better to just be authentically you and be like, yeah, I got this from Target.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Speaking of fashion, how was New York?
Oh my gosh, it was so nice. I'm like finally feeling like myself. I freaking hate flying, but it was great. I got to go to the Met, where they have the Met Gala, where Miley Cyrus has been. And that's all I kept saying the whole time. And I know my friends are like, okay, like there's also like an art museum, you know, that has like amazing artifacts.
Right.
But it was really cool. There was like a dress women exhibit where basically they like, it's like a pop-up exhibit they had there where it goes through like women's fashion throughout the years. And it was really
Oh,
cool.
that's cool.
I got to see
Tying it
some
all
Van
together.
Gogh,
Oh my
art,
God.
like some OG. Yeah. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, New York is fun. It's just a lot.
Yes, that's so true.
I don't think I could have been there any longer than I was, which was like a weekend. And I don't think I could ever live there.
I could not live
It's
there.
a lot.
I've been there once. It was for a whole week, and it was a lot.
Oh my God, I
But I
cannot
would
imagine.
love to go back.
I did love
Good.
Times Square. I really did
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
you have to go there. I saw you made it onto a TikTok account.
Yeah, this TikToker came up to us and was like, "Hey, can we ask you guys questions?" And I was like, "Okay, like what is it about?" And he was like, "Oh, it's about like celebrities and like we're going to show you their face and you basically tell us like who you think they are." And I was like, "Oh, like I got this, you know? Like that's my thing." And so it wasn't really about that. I feel like we got tricked a little bit, but it was basically like him comparing like Taylor Swift and Drake to like these like really impressive soccer players.
Oh.
Yeah. And I was just like, I don't know any of these soccer players, but I'm not trying to get dragged in the comments, you know,
Right.
being like these
He was
stupid
trying
Americans.
he was trying to like trap some dumb bitches into like, look how dumb and stupid they are. I made it onto a YouTube video when I was in New York too, and I had to like tell this guy a joke, and if I did, then you get money, and
Oh,
like
yeah.
it progressively goes on where it's like more money, and then he's like harder on whether or not he'll laugh. And I was literally hadn't even finished setting up, and I was like, "Can I be in your video?" So I was the very first one, and I was supposed to earn $10, but he pulled out his wallet after I made him laugh, and he's like, "Oh shit, all I have is a 20." And I said, "Mine."
Hey, I didn't make any money, so
I made $20, enough
yeah,
to
that's
buy
pretty
this
nice.
necklace.
2 of them.
2 of them.
If you don't count tax. We're back with another episode. Last episode, we did our Grammys episode. So that was really fun. I feel like a lot of people liked that one. And now we're just kind of catching up on rumors and basically all the news that has happened since the Grammys, I would say.
Because somehow there's been a lot.
There's been a lot.
Nothing from Miss Mylene's mouth, of course.
No. Besides some fire selfies.
True.
Those were some good ones. But we're going to catch up on that. There has been a lot of Brandi and Tish Cyrus content, which kind of feeds into this podcast because they talk about Miley sometimes.
Yeah.
So we'll go over some things that have been said on like Sorry We're Stoned. Also, Tish and Brandi were on Call Her Daddy.
I cannot believe that.
That's like the biggest podcast. So good for them. I'm sure that helped their podcast a lot. Alex Cooper, if you're looking for anyone next, just hit us up in the DMs.
Please do.
And then also want to go over some rumors. And then I did ask our audience on Instagram if they wanted us to talk about anything specific or if they had any like comments or hot takes. So we'll save those for the end, but we'll go over those. We actually got a decent amount. So
Fun.
guys, if you want I thought this could be like a segment we do where, you know, maybe every episode or every other episode, at the end of the episode, we open it up to the audience and just see what they've sent us. So make sure to follow us on Instagram if you want to be one of those people. And before every episode recording, I'll like post something on our story that's like, give us a comment, give us feedback, give us a hot take, and then we'll go over it in the podcast.
I love that. And speaking of Instagram, something that I think we need to bring back is our Instagram lives.
Oh, I agree.
Those were so fun. It was easier when we lived together, of course.
Yeah.
But
we could still do it. You know, you could still do it remotely.
Yeah. So I think
maybe
we should bring that
maybe
back.
like once a month.
Totally. We used to do it like, but when we were setting up for the podcast, like before or after.
Right.
I
like
just missed it. It was so fun. Yeah.
It was really fun. Okay. So maybe we'll kick that back off too. So yeah, just make sure you follow our Instagram because that's where everything's happening.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. I mean, we're a little bit on Twitter too, but Instagram's where it's at. Okay. We have to talk about some of the things we forgot to talk about from the Grammys. Of course, there was just so much. So much. I did notice we didn't talk about like the Billie Eilish and Miley Cyrus interaction, which isn't like a huge thing. There was like an interview of Billie Eilish saying that like she was asking me if I also feel when I get up on stage that I say the dumbest shit I could possibly say. Billie adds, "Sorry, Miley, but I feel the same way." And she said, "Sorry, I feel the same. I always get up there and just poop out of my mouth."
Yeah.
Which is such a Billie Eilish thing to say.
The little dance with Miley, you had a little fun, right? When Miley came up, did you all say anything? Did you have any?
Oh, she was just, not to blow up her spot, but she was saying, like, she was asking me if I also feel like when I get on stage, I say the dumbest shit I could possibly say. And I was like, absolutely, 100%. She was like, why was I saying all that? Sorry, Miley, but I feel the same. I always get up there and I, like, just poop out of my mouth.
But I think it's interesting that, like, Miley felt like, I mean, I would say her second acceptance was kind of more like chaotic. Like she did seem a little frazzled.
Oh yeah.
When she won Record of the Year. Like I really truly feel like she was shocked with that one.
So shocked, I'm sure.
And we talked about last episode where she was like looking at her little bag and it was found out that she was trying to look at people's names, but then she just like said screw it. And
that's what I figured.
I think that's probably what she was referring to was because they sat next to each other. And I mean, you could see them interacting with each other. Oh, could you imagine a like collab, Miley and Billie collab?
I
don't even know how that would sound.
Like, I don't either. Oh, wow. Like for sure it would be a ballad, right?
Yeah. So like, I feel like it would unfortunately be similar to how I literally erased it from my memory. That collaboration with Lana, Ariana, and Miley.
Yeah.
What
Don't
was
Call
that
Me
song?
Angel? I think you're probably right.
Don't Let Me Remember. Don't Call Me Angel. Don't let me remember that song. I feel like it would be something that we're like, oh my gosh, this is gonna hit so hard, and then it just would be like, it just wouldn't work. Like
I think you're right, unfortunately.
I don't know.
Sometimes like two goods don't make a great.
Yeah, it's like
Or,
too much
you know
of the
what I
same
mean?
energy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like too powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I literally erased that song from my memory. But yeah, I thought that was cute. And then also, I guess she was named #1 most powerful woman at the 2024 Grammys. So there's this graphic. So it says the top 5 women on the red carpet. And it basically ranks them by like people, I guess, talking about their look and just like discussing online. I'm guessing like it's like Launch Metrics by Hollywood Reporter. And Miley Cyrus was #1. Then it was Taylor Swift. Then it was Olivia Rodrigo. Then Dua Lipa. Then Beyonce.
Oh, wow.
But when has Taylor Swift never been #1? So I just thought that was a fun fact too.
Speaking of the red carpet, that is actually something that I wanted to talk about. I'm extremely sad that we did not get a Miley Cyrus glam bot.
Oh my God, I know.
I live for the glam bots. How come she didn't do it? That seems like something that she would just absolutely eat up.
And she's done them before.
Yeah. And with that look and just the way she was slaying with the hair, it's like, girl, we needed a glam bot.
And I think that's the same reasoning why she didn't take a picture with her Grammys. in hand. She just simply does not give a fuck.
Great point.
But I still wish she would have done both of those.
I know. Yeah. The Grammy one, I get it, especially because of like the speech that she gave, that she doesn't actually, it doesn't matter about the awards. It's more about just like feeling pride in what she herself has done with her team.
Yeah.
So I get that we didn't get the Grammy photo. It would have just been amazing to see. But the glam bot's different.
Yeah, because she's all into that. She's
She's
loves
all
her glam.
into that, to her glam.
That's
Yeah,
a good point. I didn't even think
that.
about that. I didn't even think about that.
I've been searching high and low for it in case for whatever reason it hadn't surfaced. But of everything that had happened with her that night, like Glambot should have been first to go. So I think we know that it didn't happen.
British Vogue had 40 iconic women on their March cover.
Yeah,
This
just
was
casually.
Just casually. It included women like Jane Fonda. It had Oprah. Oh my God, so many people. I think Dua Lipa was in here. No, she wasn't. Oh yeah, she was.
Yeah, I thought so.
I knew I wasn't going cray. Yeah, I mean Serena Williams. Like a wide variety.
Just so many iconic women. Like, yeah, the title was perfect of what it was. And this was just dropped on us.
It was just
that Miley just was like part of this, looking so beautiful and gorgeous.
Oh my gosh. She literally looks like a whole different person.
Yes.
Like in this photo.
But also, can we talk about the way that she actually is like standing out here? Like you can find her immediately.
Yes and no. She just looks very different. Like this looks like a whole new person. Like if you think about Plastic Hearts or, any other era before this, like honestly, even if you look at Endless Summer Vacation, like that doesn't even look like
true. That is so true.
But she does stand out, I will say. Like she definitely like has a presence about her that's like different from everyone else. And maybe we're biased, but yeah, she definitely stands out. I had to really look for a minute.
I think it's the teeth, but they are working here. They are working, Penny.
This is how you open up your mouth.
Yeah. Yes. Maybe that's actually it. No one else is showing their teeth in this photo. Wait a minute. Look around. No one else.
Other people are, but they're not. They're smiling. Like no one else is showing their teeth not smiling.
Well, anyway, look at how hard we have to look for these teeth when I think Miley's immediately.
Her teeth are the biggest, for sure. Her teeth take up the most. They're working though, yeah.
Yeah.
She says, to get one of these women on a cover takes months. To get 40, unheard of. And I guess it was for Edward Ninful's finest British Vogue cover. So for his final cover, all these ladies were like, yeah, we're down. So he must be like, amazing. Yeah. And she also posted about it on Instagram and she said, Edward, I'll follow you anywhere. Can't wait to see where you decide to go next. I'm secretly hoping it's the Bahamas. I love you. Somebody was like, oh my God, secretly hoping that it's a new album.
Yes.
I thought that was funny.
Okay, so speaking of that post and everything about it, let's talk about like her current social media presence, because all of a sudden I feel like she's back being the one who's posting. These captions actually sound like they're Miley Cyrus.
True.
And not her team like they had been.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. And we were texting about that. But yeah, for sure. It's definitely giving Plastic Hearts era a little bit.
A little bit.
But then it abruptly stops. So we need more.
You know what, Molly? I'm taking what I can get right now.
This is true. Yeah, so those photos were just so good. So apparently, Miley is working with Ryan Tedder for her upcoming new album. Tish hinted, and Sorry We're Stoned, like 2 weeks ago. Now, not this past episode, but the one before that. She hinted that Miley will be releasing music in the next year.
She did? Like a full album?
Yeah.
In the next year?
Well, she said music.
Well, actually, I'm not super surprised because she just sang that song at the Chateau that no one's ever heard of before.
Yeah, and I really feel like every time Miley drastically changes her hair, that's like her signal before she releases new music.
That's so true. Which, yes, and we were a little bit teased when she went like fully brunette because I feel like it has been a while, but perhaps that's when she went back to the studio.
True.
Could
and
be.
I feel like it's like now she's finally public with it. And that's kind of a thing too. It's like when she's public with the other ones were just like kind of like paparazzi photos and stuff like that. But yeah, she did tease that. And then apparently she's working with Ryan Tedder, which Ryan Tedder has done songs like Angels Like You, Night Crawling, and Plastic Hearts. So those are some good tracks.
Those are some good tracks. Okay.
So hopefully that's true.
I'm sure that all of this that's been happening has just been like so exciting and like propelling her to be more creative, and like the excitement of getting a Grammy just probably wants to
motivate
get in the studio so much. Yeah,
I feel like it would motivate me
for sure. No,
you know, like it definitely probably ignites. I'm hoping that it ignites a flame in her, in that I feel like she's finally at a place where she can like really love what she does, hopefully. And she's not like swishy-washy on what she wants.
The songwriting part has always been her love. And I think the part that she struggles with is the performing, which she's come out and
the public part
and said it's the public part. But yeah, as long as we get new music, right?
Mm-hmm. Whatever it takes. So yeah, Brandi and Tish were on Call Her Daddy, and
they were spilling. Like there was tea everywhere. So they don't come on mop up after that.
And basically they did touch a little bit about the divorce.
They did.
Because Alex Cooper does ask good questions and gets a lot of tea from people. I will say that.
Yeah, she's good at that.
Basically, so a lot of the stuff I had already found out from Sorry We're Stoned, but Brandi did say something about like, yeah, I found out what, this is not her exact words, but basically Brandi said, I found out what Billy Ray was doing. Like when one time when he was in New York for a Broadway thing, I had seen firsthand what he was doing, like behind my mom's back or something. So I don't remember her exact words, but it basically signaled to me like, okay, maybe there was like some infidelity going on. That's what I gathered from it from like a long time ago. And Brandi was like, I didn't really tell my mom about it because I was trying to like get them to like fix like their issues basically.
Yeah.
Because Brandi's the oldest, right?
Yeah.
Basically Tish was like, yeah, like there was just a lot of things that he would just like accept a role on whatever without telling her about it, like without talking to her about what she wanted.
Oh, geez.
And she talks about that a little bit on Sorry We're Stoned. She talks about how Dom will like talk to her about everything first before he makes any like decisions.
Uh-huh.
And it seems like something so small, but like I would also be annoyed if like, yeah, just because you're famous and you're making all the money doesn't mean you can't like run things by me, you know?
No, absolutely. No, for sure.
And it's not something I've really thought about. And maybe there was also infidelity, who knows? But I'm sure that was a big reason too. Because like I feel like she hints that there was no communication between her and Billy Ray. Tish Cyrus.
I can see that.
Speaking of Billy Ray, I saw an Instagram post with Fire Rose, Billy Ray, and Dolly Parton recently, like a new one, like a new picture of them.
I'm pretty sure I saw that too. Well, he was just on her Christmas special.
Yeah, no, Dolly would never pick a side, you know.
I think that's true, yeah.
Yeah, she would never.
Yeah. But interesting.
Oh, in the loophole of family, Trace Cyrus's like balls. Like he just posts whatever he wants on Instagram. And he said, I think you've seen this. He said like Miley Cyrus is everything y'all pretend Taylor Swift is.
That's the exact quote. Yes. I was like, snaps Trace. He is like, that's such Big Brother energy, right? And
such
it's just
Big Brother
funny.
energy. It is funny.
It's just, it's just funny because like he is kind of famous, and then to be speaking about Miley Cyrus in that way, just like, I don't know. That's another thing that just like reminds you that she's a human with like regular people
Mhm.
as her family.
Yeah.
But it's
She's
so
probably like,
crazy.
God. She's probably like, please don't say that shit. Because the Swifties
No,
are
because honestly
crazy.
though,
But also, I
honestly,
will say, like, in all fun, it is really funny and all that. But also, I'm like, I don't like the like women comparison thing. I'm kind of over
for
that.
sure, for
Like,
sure.
I don't even compare those two. You know what I mean?
I
Like
don't
when
feel like you
people
can.
you can't, and like when people put them, like when people throw it back to their Grammy performance in like 2008 when they were singing 15 together, I'm like, I can't even like, what kind of world was that? Like they were just. I see them as two completely opposite like planets in the solar system.
Yeah.
Like far away from
Yes.
possible. Like I can't even picture them ever running into each other and talking. Like they
I
just seem like
can't.
polar opposites, Taylor and Miley.
No, because I just saw that video of them from the Grammys resurfaced, and I just watched
Yeah,
it, and I had forgotten that that even happened. And
it's
prior
so
to that, I
weird.
was literally wondering if they've ever even looked at each other in like if they've ever shaken hands. I can't even. You're right. Like they live in different universes that
Yeah.
just won't ever cross. They just don't seem like they would get along either. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
they seem like total opposite personalities.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. Like Taylor really likes kind of like the public thing. Miley's totally not about it.
Hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I love them both a lot, but like, yeah, I don't even compare them. But I kind of knew that after the whole Miley Grammy blow up thing, that something like that was going to happen. Just
Yeah,
because the only other female right now that's blowing up is like, I mean, aside from Beyonce, she always is Taylor and Miley. Like those are the two big ones post
yeah.
Grammys at least. So, but I thought that was so funny. Yeah, he's
That
just
is
acting like
funny.
a typical Big
Yeah,
Brother.
he's just out here saying the craziest things though. It's like honestly,
Yeah.
I'm surprised that he says things about Miley and that she is I don't maybe she doesn't know, but sometimes the things that he says, well, people are always it's similar to like why people are fans of Brandi and Tish, right? It's really, is it because that they like them, or is it because they want to hear about Miley Cyrus? I think that a lot of Trace's fans are the same way because
Yeah.
he's always posting like ask me a question on his Instagram, and a lot of them are about his personal music, which obviously he chooses to respond to the ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tons and hundreds
Yeah.
flood in, and he only answers like 7, but there's always at least one that's asking about like Miley. What do you think about Miley at the Grammys? What do you think about
Yeah.
Miley's success? Is Miley coming out with music? And he will occasionally answer them. And it's just so funny how like just blunt
Yeah.
and honest he is. And I'm like, does Miley know you're saying that?
Yeah, for real. But I do feel like he's also one that's like very middle ground with the family drama. Like I
Yeah.
feel like he's very much not picking a side either. Um anyway,
Yeah, I
yeah,
think so too.
I thought that was so funny. And then they also talked about briefly Nick Jonas and Miley Cyrus, and it was so funny because Tish Cyrus was like reminiscing on like the days where they were dating and like when Miley was like heartbroken
Yeah.
because they were talking about Brandi and Miley sneaking out to go meet the Jonas brothers. And I think Alex Cooper was like, "Oh my gosh, that's so fun." And Tish was like, "Yeah, so fun until it wasn't. Until it absolutely
Right.
wasn't." And I was like, for real though, because it absolutely was not. Like I wasn't even in the relationship, but I was literally 12 and I was like, oh my gosh, they broke up. And then he went to
I
Selena
know.
Gomez, and then he went back to Miley, and then he went back to Selena Gomez, and then it's rumored that he might have possibly went back to Miley again. It had me in a
It was
chokehold.
it was a whirlwind.
It was a
And
whirlwind.
And I know that, and then just because of their age and being their first love, like that just took it up a notch
Oh
of
my
like
god,
how
drama.
the way that
Dramatic.
she says until it wasn't, like it was drama. It was
I'm
like
sure,
the
yeah.
biggest thing that had ever happened in Miley's life up until that point. And so as her
Literally.
mother, she was like, don't bring me back. That's just like the trenches.
I mean, so like I remember watching an interview of Miley shortly after her and Liam got engaged, or maybe it was right before her and Liam got engaged. But she said she had her biggest heartbreak when she was 14. And this was her speaking as like a 20-year-old. But I feel like it kind of is like that when you're so young. You really
It
feel
is.
it like so much.
It is.
And then kind of leading into this is Sorry We're Stoned, the recent episode I just listened to. Brandi did confirm, I think we talked about this last episode, maybe, that she co-wrote Take Me Along with Miley.
Yeah.
Well, she said they wrote it on the Meet Miley Cyrus tour when it was written on the Meet Miley Cyrus tour, and they bleeped out the name, but they said it's written about Nick Jonas, which they bleeped out the name, but it's like we all know it was written about Nick because that was the only, because she literally got broken up with on that tour.
Yeah.
And I had to see Allie and AJ because the Jonas Brothers had a like personal ordeal. So they left. Literally, I know it was because of this. I know it was because I saw Hannah Montana, Best of Both Worlds tour, January like 20th or 23rd, 2008, right? They broke up like December 19th, 2007. So I know the reason why the Allie and AJ were subbing in for the Jonas Brothers was because they broke up. I know it.
Can you believe that? Imagine being the people on the tour be like, "Are you serious? The Jonas Brothers aren't going to play because
at the time, listen, at the time they weren't as big, right? So I wasn't like super upset. Like I really was upset, but I knew I was going to see them later on that year anyway on their own tour.
Yeah.
But I did like Allie and AJ too. Like I wasn't super upset, but I looking back, I'm like, yeah, timelines, that all makes sense.
Happens. Oh, for sure, that's why.
That's for sure, right? I remember like the internet said it was like a family matter. I'm like, probably because it was awkward AF.
Probably.
And Miley was probably like sobbing before she went out on stage.
Probably.
Imagine. Imagine being like 14 and having to do like a like international tour, like in sold out stadiums, and you're going through your first breakup
with your ex-boyfriend. Not only are you going through your first breakup, but he's also on stage with you.
Literally. And you guys have to sing like one song together at least.
Yes.
Yeah. I could not.
Oh,
anyway,
man.
What a time to be alive that was. Okay, Sorry We're Stoned. They also talked about Grammys night and how emotional it was for them. And honestly, I am a Tish Cyrus stan. I love that woman. She was like talking about how emotional it was seeing Miley at 13 years old perform Hannah Montana, like to people that hardly knew who she was when they were recording season 1, you know, to then performing Flowers and having people like Oprah Winfrey and Billy Joel and like all these, and Meryl Streep, like all these iconic people singing her song and cheering for her. And Tish was like, I get so emotional thinking about it. And for real, I was like, honestly, that is wild. Like, it's wild for us, but imagine being like her mom. Like, imagine being Tish Cyrus and being like, I grew up listening to Billy Joel and Elton John and all these people, and then to see your own daughter like perform with them and like be respected by them. Wild.
I have the chills. I could probably start tearing up right now. It's true. I'm not even a mother. I'm not even a mother.
She is a mother, but not a mother. A mother.
Period.
It's wild.
It's so sweet hearing Tish talk about Miley Cyrus like that, about her 31-year-old baby girl, you know?
Yeah.
She is.
She's like, I can't believe it took her that long to get a Grammy. I know. I'm like, still not over that. There's 2 rumors that I think we need to talk about. They're probably BS. Because these are all from Twitter, you know? We can't trust Twitter.
Guys.
I need a source. All
and you're out here begging for it. She's
I
back in her Twitter era, and every single time I open up my Twitter, it's this wild and crazy rumor about Miley Cyrus, and then there's Molly under it. Source. She's like, bitch, I'm not playing around.
I'm not playing around. Okay, so Miley is apparently in talks to replace Katy Perry on American Idol.
Why?
And please don't. People were freaking the fuck out, me being the people. I was like, that is career suicide.
No, it is.
It is. It literally is.
Listen, she already did The Voice, which is the
Yeah.
only reason why I would believe this, but I bet you that she can't because of that. Doesn't she have like, isn't
You
she
would
like
think.
an NBC sweetheart? I
Yeah.
know that
And
that's
also,
been over, but
yeah. No, I agree with you on that too. And also, I feel like when she did The Voice, she did it at the perfect time in her career because she was like coming off of Younger Now or doing Younger Now, which, you know, wasn't that crazy of an album. Let's just be honest.
she had so much press for it though.
She had so much press for it. Yeah, make it make sense. But
Which
now
I think
she
is
doesn't.
why then she did this show, yeah.
Yeah, she
For
does
more
not need to
press.
do that. Yeah, she does not need to do this now. As much as I would love the content, you know, but I just feel like Katy Perry like kind of fell off.
I've
And
been wondering for a while where the hell Katy Perry has been.
on American Idol,
She
I
needs
guess she
to
had a
come
baby
back
too.
to save us. Oh yeah.
I just remember Swish Swish Bish.
And that was the last we ever heard from her.
I swear. I don't know. But
Now
I'm
it
not gonna
makes
lie.
sense.
Today I Kissed a Girl came on my Spotify shuffle, and that shit hit brand new. I literally was listening to it and I was like, wow, this sounds timeless. This sounds brand new. Like I forgot how good this song was. I Kissed a Girl.
I think most of the world has forgotten just how good some Katy Perry songs actually are.
Literally though, because the production on it was just like, wow, this is timeless.
It's
This
just
is
a lot
timeless.
of them at the time were like hits and they were like, you know, the moment, but they're also a little bit silly.
Yeah, for
songs.
sure.
And I think that's why she didn't last.
Yeah, some of them, yeah.
They kind of, I mean, okay, so you just said the word timeless. I actually think that it's not most of her songs. That's
just
why
I
she
Kissed
fell
a Girl,
off.
the production,
Yes, okay.
like
Okay.
the beginning beats of that song. I was like, wow, it kind of like it woke me up.
Yeah, I think that the rest of her songs are stuck exactly where they were released and won't ever come back. I think
Like
that's the
California
problem.
Girls,
Yes,
for sure. Like it's a
for
bop,
sure.
but yeah, that one's not that timeless to me.
You know, yeah.
It's
so-
giving very much like 2013.
right, and it'll never not.
Yeah, it definitely screams like 2013. Anyway, so yeah, hopefully she doesn't do that.
I don't see that happening.
Yeah, we're gonna hope not. And then this one, I'm like, source, please. Never got an answer. MC is rumored to have joined the cast of the third season of The White Lotus.
I think this is a meme. I think that this is like one of those things where people on Twitter just like grab any celebrity and say that.
Dude, yes. But okay, even though this is a load of BS, how would you feel about this if it actually happened?
I don't know anything about that show.
Becky, you need to watch it. Literally, I was so late to watching it. And when I did, I was like, oh my God, where has this been my whole life?
Oh, really?
You need to watch it. It's so, so good.
I don't even know what it's about.
Each season's different. So you could
Oh,
start with season 2. I started with season 2, then went back and watched season 1. Season 2
it's one
has
of those.
Stifler's mom in it. She's
Oh.
I forgot her name.
Are you talking about Jennifer Coolidge?
Yeah,
You said that on
season
your
2.
YouTube video, and I was like, what did she just say?
Have you never heard of Stifler's mom from American
No.
Pie?
Nope.
Did you ever? Did you? I literally grew up with that movie like being shown to me, which is probably not okay, but that's why I know her as Stifler's mom because that's where she was like originated from.
Oh, got it.
Anyway,
Never seen it.
Just
Okay, how would
me.
I feel about Miley? So, like, would
It's
she
an
be
iconic show.
a main character or just like a cameo? I don't
know.
I think it would be fun. I feel like this is controversial, but I would love to see her in acting again.
Yeah, and that's
She
like
hasn't since she was so young, and that was like
Black Mirror.
oh, true.
That was
And that
so
was the
good
first
though,
time in so long. I know,
and
and
it
so
performed well.
I'm
Yeah,
I'm like craving more.
yeah, and I feel like I would really like this because The White Lotus kind of gives Black Mirror vibes. So
That's
I feel
what
like
I was thinking. Okay.
so I feel like this would be perfect, and it's only like every season's different, you know, so it's not like it would be like a long like multiple season show.
Yeah. I don't know. Regardless of if this is like a Mimi rumor or not,
Meme.
I don't see her doing it.
I
I
don't
think that
either.
she does not care about acting right now, and it's very obvious that her focus is music for right now.
I agree. I totally agree with that. Okay. So, our last segment area of the podcast, I asked you guys on our Instagram story if you had any hot takes or comments or basically just anything you wanted us to share on our podcast, questions, all that kind of stuff. So we have some, and the first one says, do you think Miley will be doing anything this year? Before the Grammys, there was a new song registered. What is your thoughts? I remember seeing the song registered. I feel like it was Doctor, I might be wrong on that. Or was
that
it the
would
one
make
she sang?
sense.
I think it was the one she sang with Ryan Beatty.
I think that's the one that was registered, and then
Yeah.
Doctor came out soon after that. I kind of think yes, that we'll get some music this year, and I was already a little bit thinking that before Tish just confirmed what
Yeah,
they were just talked
same.
about.
Yeah, it does seem like everyone and their mom is fucking releasing music though right now.
Literally, prepare to be so overwhelmed.
I am so overwhelmed.
Like, we're just gonna get like banger after banger after banger, and they're all gonna be competing. There's so much going on this year in music already. I'm scared, but
That's why,
excited.
yeah, no, I'm excited too. I feel like Miley, if she's gonna do anything, I think it'll be pushed to like the middle or later part of this year.
I think so too.
Yeah. Because Beyonce, Casey Musgraves, Selena Gomez,
Ariana.
Oh my gosh, Lana. Literally, there's so many.
So many.
Taylor Swift.
Yes. Yeah.
Hello, like
Hello.
so crazy. This person said, "What's the deal?" Dua Lipa.
I know. I just keep thinking of more.
It's crazy. And like, yeah. So we'll see. I feel like it definitely will be like middle to late this year.
Yeah.
This person said, "What's the deal with Miley and Taylor? Why do you think they didn't take a picture together?" We kind of already touched base on this in the episode.
Yeah. I don't think they're friends. I don't think they care to be or need to be.
Did you see the shot of Miley during the Grammys whenever Taylor was announcing her new album? It wasn't a bad shot, but Miley was just like,
yeah, literally. She was kind of like, it
looked like a
she
fake
was
smile.
smiling. Yeah, but in her mind, you could just see that it was racing of like, why the fuck did she just do that?
Yeah, I feel like it just didn't look very authentic from her.
Yeah.
It was more like, I know the cameras are rolling, and
Yeah,
I'm not trying to start.
exactly.
I'm not trying to start anything.
And I don't think that it was hateful at all. I think it was literally just literally, this is a word that Taylor Swift, she says, it's like the opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference.
True.
And she was very indifferent.
You're so funny. You definitely are a Taylor Swift fan, even if you don't want to admit it. But it's fucking fine. It's fine. We're moving on. This person said, I'm not gonna lie, I did not understand what they were talking about at first. I had a feeling Miley dissed Ed Sheeran when she sang "But I Won't Forget" during the Grammys when she did her little ad libs, and she said, "But I won't forget." Listen, at first I was like, what is this person talking about? But do you remember? No, it's because Ed Sheeran basically called her a slut during Bigger's era. But
I remember
I'm not
that.
gonna lie. Person that submitted this is a reach.
That's a reach.
I feel like she was dissing Liam Hemsworth.
Yeah. It's just like,
Or she was just having fun with it.
She was just having fun with it, I'm pretty sure. Just being like sassy, but
Yeah.
I won't forget. Yeah.
But I won't forget. Yeah. True.
Okay, girl. Okay, fuck Ed Sheeran. But regardless, fuck Ed Sheeran.
Yeah. Okay, not really though, but yeah, we're not the biggest fans. Okay, this person said, please talk about the episode of Call Her Daddy with Tish and Brandi. I feel like we did touch base a little bit on this.
Yeah.
So look at us go. Predicting. You guys should talk about Miley's friendship with other stars. Love the podcast. I feel like that could be a whole episode in itself.
I think that would be fun.
That would be fun.
Great idea.
Yeah, we'll add that to our list because, you know, we're going to have times where we're going to need to have like a themed episode. And I feel like that would be a good one.
We're getting back into those times, I'd say.
For sure.
If she's going to be in the studio, we're going to have something to do.
Yeah. This person said, can you guys talk about what her music plans are? Thanks. Like, we really know the inside scoop.
Yeah, so actually I just got off the phone with her marketing team, and what they told me was episode cuts off.
Bye.
Oh, there's a knock at my door. It's actually Miley's team coming for my neck.
True. And then this one says, when did you last take off the wig from Hannah Montana in 2010? I don't know what that means. So
Period. Wig.
Those were our comments for this episode, or our hot takes. So guys, if you want to be in our next episode, just pay attention to our Instagram, because I'll post something on our story and you can like respond to it and just tell us your thoughts on what's going on with Miley, and basically anything you want. You just listened to some of the comments we got, so it can literally be anything. Honestly, we'll read it.
I think that if we get like a bunch of them and we don't get to all them on recording, I think it would be really fun to do them on Instagram Live one night.
This is true.
Keep them coming.
Yeah, this is
Even
true.
in the
Maybe
DMs
we'll do that
if you want.
Yeah, and Becky and I are going to try to pinpoint down a like reoccurring date time that we can do like a monthly Instagram Live. I think that would be fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Amazing.
Anything else you can think of for today's episode, Becky?
That's all I've got. That was so much.
It was a lot. We had a lot of little things kind of to touch base on.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens for the next episode, but if we don't get a lot, we might do another themed episode. I know we've been talking about wanting to like do a refresh on like bangers. Like we did also a lot of episodes in our early days of the podcast that I think we could like kind of redo.
Revisit. Yeah, for sure.
Talk Miley to Me version.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
no wine involved.
No wine involved. No.
Yeah, that could be good.
Okay. Make sure to follow us and leave us a review and all that fun stuff. If you're watching the YouTube version, subscribe, leave us a comment. We love to see it. And yeah, we love it. Becky's gonna go hang out with her chain that she got on. She's in her bangers era.
Kinda.
It is giving beggars though.
All I need
you gotta put it in your mouth, like, oh, and then flip off the camera. That's gonna be our thumbnail. That I'm gonna clip that part right there. Bye guys. Have a good one. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Peace out.